Hello, good morning. Once again, welcome to Tech Bandela and my YouTube channel. And today, my dear friends, we are going to study thermit welding. So, thermit welding is a type of exothermic welding. Thermit welding is a type of exothermic welding. So here you can see that the working principle of a thermit welding is that it is a chemical welding. It is also known as it is a chemical welding. It is a chemical welding process in which exothermic chemical reaction is used to supply the essential heat, and this heat involves burning of thermit, which means mixture of fine aluminum and iron oxide powder. So here we mix aluminum oxide, we mix aluminum oxide and iron oxide in appropriate manner, that is 1:3 by weight. Means if 1 kg of aluminum is used, then 3 kg of iron oxide is used by weight. So these powders are kept into the crucible. Now generally, why this thermit welding is used? So generally this thermit welding is used to join the railway tracks. So first of all, you have seen that there are many railway joints whenever suppose you have to join the railway track. So fishbone type of clamps were used previously, but due to some problems, the fishbone type activities has been removed and continuous joint has been made. So for continuous joint making, thermit welding is used. So here you can see that here these are the two sections, right? These are the two railway sections which is to be joined continuously. So before that, first what are the procedure is, first you have to make a alignment of these tracks, fix it firmly, and when you fix it firmly, then in this gap first you have to create a mold. In that mold, or you have to fill the wax. See these are wax, right? Over this wax you have to fill a green mold or sand mold. So here you can see this is the side view, here is the front view. Here this is the track cross section, and here there is a gap. In this gap you can see that there is a wax is poured, and over this wax this sand mold is created. This total sand mold is created, and in this sand mold, this is the gate, or this is a runner, this is the gate, this is a plug, this is a sand plug created, and here is the riser, and this is the eye section, and this is the total your mold. So when wax is filled, first of all the wax is filled, and over the wax you have to create the sand mold. So this wax create a pattern, this wax create a pattern and makes a gap. So when the plug is closed, the when you pour the molten wax, this total becomes solid. Okay, then after solidification you have to remove this plug, and by help of torch you have to heat this mold. Heat this mold. When you heat this mold at 100 degrees centigrade, 110 degrees centigrade, all the wax inside this will come out or will drain up. All the wax will melt, and the wax will melt and it will drain up, and creating a hollow cavity, beside this your two railway tracks. So now close the plug. After all the wax is removed, close the plug. Now put the aluminum powder, aluminum oxide and iron oxide powder into this crucible by the appropriate weight. Due to the chemical reaction, as soon as aluminum and iron oxide come together, due to the chemical reaction, large amount of heat is liberated, exothermic heat is liberated, and by this cap, when you release this reaction, this aluminum and iron oxide melt into liquid state, and they get poured from this runner and enter to this gate, and via this channel the entire cavity is fulfilled under the riser, right? So now after that, allow it for cooling for 2-3 hours or whatever may be. So after cooling, when you cool it, the sand mold easily breaks. And excess amount of metal which has been solidified, that is grinded by cutter or grinding machine, and excess amount of material is removed, and in this fashion two railway tracks are being joined continuously by this process. So thermit welding is a process in which exothermic reaction is taken. Here the temperature is near about 1200 degrees centigrade. The process first was described by Goldsmith in 1898 for joining railway tracks, right? So this is a short description of your thermit welding. Hope you understand.